Welcome to Insight in Minutes, brought to you by CloudEagle.ai. This is your go-to show for quick, actionable insights into the world of SaaS. And today we're diving deep into something. Well, let's be honest, it can be a real headache. Choosing the right SaaS vendor.
Yeah, it's a big decision.
It really is. It can make or break how successful you are with a particular software solution.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so easy to get lost down a rabbit hole.
Oh, tell me about it. I've been there. Weeks spent going through endless vendor demos, wading through proposals, and honestly, at the end of it, feeling more confused than when I started.
Yeah, I hear that. Having a structured approach is so important.
Okay, so what does structured look like? Where do we even start?
So instead of jumping right into those demos, think about these three tools: RFI, RFP, and RFQ.
Okay, I've definitely heard those acronyms before, but honestly, I'm not always sure what they really mean, or when I should be using which one.
Yeah, that's really common. A lot of people get them mixed up. Let's break them down, starting with RFI, request for information. Yeah. Think of it like a first date. You're not proposing, you're just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
You're sending RFIs out to a lot of different vendors just to get some basic information.
Okay, so what kind of information are we looking for here?
Things like the company background, what their experience is like, the types of solutions they offer, and whether they have a track record in your specific industry.
This is kind of a way to weed out the vendors that are clearly not a good fit.
Exactly, before you spend too much time on them.
Right.
And it can actually help you find some hidden gems, vendors that maybe you wouldn't have considered otherwise.
I like that. Okay, so we've sent out the RFIs. We've got a better sense of the landscape. What comes next is that when we break out the RFP, the request for proposal.
Exactly. So now you've narrowed down your list to a few vendors that look promising.
Right.
And this is where you get a little more specific about your needs.
Okay.
In the RFP, you're basically saying, this is my problem, this is my budget. This is my timeline. Show me how you can solve this for me.
So the RFP is where we really dig deeper.
Yes.
It's not just about the features. It's about understanding the vendor's approach, their implementation process, what their support model looks like.
Absolutely. A good RFP will ask tough questions that go beyond just the marketing hype.
Give me an example.
So you might ask, how do you handle customizations? What's your security protocol like?
Right.
How do you actually measure success?
So we're trying to get a sense of how they would actually perform in the long run.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got it. And then we have the RFQ, the request for quotation. When does that come into play?
So think of the RFQ as your final price negotiation.
Okay.
You use it when you know exactly what you want, down to the features, the service level agreements, and you're essentially saying, I want this solution, now give me the best price.
So it's really best for situations where you're not comparing apples and oranges.
Right.
You know what you want. You just need that clear breakdown of costs.
Exactly. But keep in mind, the RFQ isn't always the right tool.
Okay.
If you have really complex needs that require a very customized solution, an RFQ might not capture everything you need.
That's a good point. So it's all about using the right tool at the right time.
Yeah.
These acronyms, they're not just jargon. They really give us a framework for making informed decisions.
Absolutely. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by the whole process, a platform like CloudEagle.ai can really help streamline things.
I see our source material actually mentions CloudEagle.ai. It talks about its ability to streamline vendor evaluation and procurement workflows to make that whole process more efficient.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So CloudEagle.ai can help you keep all your vendor information in one place.
Okay.
It can automate tasks like sending out those RFIs and RFPs.
Nice.
And it can even analyze responses to help you compare vendors side by side.
So it's kind of like having a superpowered assistant helping you every step of the way.
Yeah, you could say that. It's about making those big vendor decisions with confidence.
All right. So to wrap up, whether you're just starting your research or you're ready to get those final quotes, remember the power of RFI, RFP, and RFQ.
Yes.
And if you're looking for a platform to simplify the whole thing, CloudEagle.ai might be just what you need.
The next time you're facing a mountain of vendor brochures, just take a deep breath and remember, these tools are on your side.
Great advice. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into SaaS vendor selection. We'll see you next time.